Against the backdrop of climate change and global warming, the film industry finds itself compelled to adapt. As the largest global film producer, the Indian film industry holds substantial sway. Join us while we are exploring the different initiatives within Bollywood and beyond that can support our environment.
People are working in isolation, and there is no uniform code of sustainability that is being implemented across the board. So what we want to do is really form an alliance where all these big bodies are part of that alliance. We build a sustainable code of practices, and we sort of roll that out along with other initiatives, of course. So it just becomes like a more unified way of approaching change in the industry. India Green Set is a newly formed company, which is in collaboration with Green Spark Group, which is based in Canada. They have been doing this for 10 years now. They work with all the major studios in US and Canada. So everything that they've been able to implement across Canada, the US, in studios and for production houses is something that we would like to do here in India. It's not like it's not happening, but this would be the best practices across the globe, which is what we are bringing to production houses here.
I remember my first real experience was when we did a beach cleanup with students decade ago, and I realized the amount of plastic that was there, and I realized how small things that we use at home are actually harming the environment. And I realized then that how important it was for students to be able to see it for themselves.
It just requires a little sort of acceptance or understanding that we are headed in a direction, and we are reminded of it every single day, whether it is through floods or through rains or through excessive heat, that things are changing. And if you're continuously going to keep a blind eye to it, then we will pay the cost. We will pay.
Exploring the journey from script to streaming, the filmmaking process offers numerous opportunities to minimize the adverse environmental effects of films. This ranges from adopting sustainable set design to mindful catering choices. Fortunately, Indian cuisine provides a wealth of vegan and vegetarian options, helping to decrease the carbon footprint on set. Embracing reusable cutlery and cultivating awareness of food waste are additional aspects that aspiring filmmakers can start learning in school, paving the way to internalize and apply these practices in their future careers.
And moving towards a sustainable campus, moving towards, maybe just simple things like asking students to bring their own bottles instead of using paper cups, plastic bottles. So all our film sets that are designed by the production design team. We have a production design department, and those are all built sustainably. And we have a manual that they are creating now for the industry to be able to create sets sustainably. So I think that these are steps, small steps, baby steps, but I think they are important steps.
But I've made sure that if we're building a set or if we're sourcing equipment and stuff, I try and get it from as nearby as possible so that you save, fuel and stuff, transport. Another thing would probably be lights. I try to ask for LED lights instead of the fluorescent bulb.
What is a film without amazing costumes and authentic designs? Costume design is a field specific to film and theater, where you can build amazing products with minimal resources. It also has the power to even inspire the textile industry outside of film. When superstars wear sustainable clothing, why shouldn't their fans do the same?
The costume warehouses and costume stores that we have, which we refer to as the clothing rentals or costume rentals. If these places do, have sufficient pieces that they can take back from production houses once a film is done, if it can be repurposed, that is something that can definitely have more impact. We definitely try to push sustainability in both in its two possible ways. One is sustainability in the sustenance of maybe a craft or a textile and things like that. And the other one, of course, in sustainability is in putting in sustainable practices when it comes to consumption, when it comes to careless consumption. So one of the things that really takes care of that is because we make a toile before a garment, and the toile is made in maybe leftover fabrics. It's made with a combination of materials that you might find lying around before you actually then figure out your exact consumption before you buy a final fabric, so you're not left with too much. Although zero waste is also another subject that a lot of fashion schools are putting into practice. Zero waste pattern cutting, where a design, everything is pre-imagined. What is the consumption going to be? What every little piece of fabric that's left over, where is it going to be used back, into the final garment?
The film industry has the potential to increase social sustainability, whether it is mental health or gender equality. Fostering a supportive environment behind the camera or challenging stereotypes in front of it, the film industry has the capacity to lead by example in promoting positive social change.
Each one of us has to take accountability. So each one of us at our level has to do whatever it is. It does not matter. If we are going to continuously say that, oh, one person can't make any difference, so forget it, why should I bother? It's the same as voting, that why should I bother voting? Because it's not going to make a change. We're going to be stuck with the same culprit for the next few years, right? But if we want to make that change, then each one of us has to say that, okay, let me see what I can do in my position.
With these encouraging words, we eagerly anticipate the evolution of the Indian film industry in the future. And never underestimate your own influence, even if you're not a filmmaker but a spectator. No matter if you are into Hollywood, Nollywood, or Bollywood, or films from any other corner of the world.